Okay, guys, what's up? We are back again with another video, and this time it's all about FPL again. FPL is doing the charts right now, and it's going crazy. So many changes, so many ups and downs. Big points scored in the last game week. That was one of the highest points probably that you would score in a single game week. And there was that meme going around as well about telling everyone that this is the highest probably that you score in a single game week in for quite some time, and eventually a lot of people did well, a lot of people getting a lot of points. I unfortunately did not take Bruno Fernandes in my team, which was the downer for me. But overall, people doing well in the free league, people doing well in the paid league, things working out well. And at the end of the day, FPL is FPL. And big up to Ryan in the chat. Yes, I saw your text on the your message on the other comment on the other video. You did join the league, so hopefully you also enjoy FPL. FPL is very cool. It's chilled out and fun, and it makes you watch every single game because you want to see and score and more and more points, and you want to enjoy the game a bit more. So there are 13 people in the free league. The code is in the description of the video. Anyone can join in. Anyone who wants to play can play. It's a free league. The At the end of the day, the prize is a jersey, single jersey, and it is what it is. That is how it is. In fact, there are, how many people are there? Not 13, sorry, 19 people currently in the free league, and so it is going well for whoever are in the free league. And I'll show you some of the detailing of the league. But before that, let me just quickly get into the whole thing and show you my team, which scored 73 points in game week one. Unfortunately, as I said, no Bruno Fernandes. Otherwise, it would have been 93. But it is what it is. Now I got in Bruno Fernandes, but you'll have to just wait for the changes. So, keeping that in mind, let's get into the video straight away. And before that, just a quick COVID update for the Arsenal fans in the house as well. Aubameyang has tested negative. Lacazette, Runason, and Willian are still positive, COVID positive. And the thing is, so Aubameyang will go through a final, you can say, medical checkup, final monitoring of his condition. He's following protocols now, COVID protocols, whatever is needed. But there will be a final assessment at the end of the week, that is before the Chelsea game. And if he is fine, if he's fit to play, if he's ready to play, which is highly unlikely. I mean, if he's just recovered in a week, I don't think he'll have the energy to play the full game, but I think he could make it to the bench. That is the best hope that Arsenal fans can have if you want Aubameyang to be playing in that game. I personally think if we have Martinelli, Saka, yeah, Aubameyang does add an additional value to the bench. If needed, we may utilize that option, but in general, Aubameyang has been bad. He's been poor and he's just been out. So I have a league to want to join. I have joined the maximum number of leagues, Ryan. I am not able to join anymore right now. And Bhargav, big up to you as well. And big up to Ankit. Your name is Ankit? No, it's Aniket. Aniket. And RCB and Chelsea Fan TV, big up as well. And I just want to show my team before we get into it and start off with the changes. As I said, I do not have Bruno Fernandes. I went for other options. The highest points in this game week are 150. So I'll show that as well. So currently, look at it. 73 points is what I scored because no Bruno. Martinez 2, Tierney 1. I was expecting a bit more from Tierney, but Koffel did nothing much as well. Dallas, Luke Shaw were the only ones. Okay, Dallas was the only one that actually got points from a bench. Tierney, Alexander Arnold did well. Digne, not again. Digne not able to do much. Everton has their own problems. Harvey Barnes, 3 points. Buendia 2. Smith Rowe 2. I think Buendia or Smith Rowe were the two disappointing ones, but then Aston Villa messed it up. Salah, captain, 34. Danny Ings, Antonio, 13. Iheanacho again 1. I thought Iheanacho would be starting after the season that he's just had, but wasn't. Ankit. Okay, sorry, my bad, Ankit. It wasn't the case to be. And Bhargav is saying Ismaila Sarr, you are giving me tips for the upcoming week. I already made the changes even before the first game week was done because I didn't want the prices to go up. I'll show you the changes as well. So this was my messed up team where I should have had Bruno. If I had Bruno, I would have been on 93, as I said, 20 points directly for Bruno. But I ended up with 73. That was a loss for me. Some of them even captained Bruno, which gave them like 40 points out of it. So it is what it is. But let's not focus, because the Arsenal versus Brentford game was a shock for us. We expected a bit more, but the COVID scenario and everything that the FA does is, and even Arsenal didn't play well. Arsenal deserved to lose that game, so it was a bad start for us. Reminded me of 2013 Aston Villa game, opening day of the season, Arsenal losing to Aston Villa. So it was something similar to that. 5-1, Leeds United, Manchester United beating them. That was the one where Bruno got the hat-trick. Paul Pogba would have been a good shout as well. Brighton 2, Burnley 1. Brighton producing a result against Burnley. Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. Expected. Everton 3, Southampton 1. Kind of a surprise, but Rafa Benitez doing a decent job. But Southampton is in shambles. Leicester City 1, Wolves 0. Expecting more. Watford 3, Aston Villa 2. All that talk and all this no show. All talk and no show. This performance 3-2 losing to Watford on the first day. They are like us. Aston Villa still like us. Norwich 0, Liverpool 3 expected. That is where the Salah points came from. Newcastle 2, West Ham 4 expected in a way, even though they don't have Jesse Lingard, expected. And then the kind of surprising, rather maybe expected kind of 1-0 to Spurs. Not a lot of people predicted probably that. I was thinking about it, that it could happen, but at the end of the day, who wants to say that Spurs will win? I have learned it the hard way that you don't say that Spurs will be winning against big teams. But anyways, whatever that was the end, the results. Let me show you the highest points of the day. Triple captain played, and this was a tactic employed by some of our guys as well. He got Salah in as a triple captain. If it was Fernandes, he could have had more. Salah triple captain, Fernandes, Pogba, Benrahma, Richarlison, Antonio, all 6 players doing their bit. Great team. Pereira as well. And the Liverpool due 6 points each. And Luke Shaw getting 1 point, Sanchez 2, which was the failure. Ayling could have been there. He didn't pick him. And Foster 0, Brownhill 0, 1, Tony 2. So good team. Good time to use the triple captain. Even I was considering it, but at the end of the day, I didn't push into it. So it is what it is. But at the end, I deserved the 73 points. I could have had more if I had Mo Salah in my team. But then, what can be said? If I had Bruno Fernandes in my team. But then I get the feeling that I didn't feel that after his Euros performance that he would immediately be back to firing. But he did. It could have been a hit or a miss, but unfortunately for me, it was a hit. And average points again 69. This guy's gave me rank 1. Transfers 0, obviously, because that was the start of the season. Now let me show you the leagues that I have, and let me show you the one that I was talking about. First, let's go to the free league. Free league. Oh yeah, I can't go on a different tab, so I have to go in this tab itself. And yes, the free league. So currently, Dipro Mukherjee with 112 points is leading the free league. Chris Paul, our friend, is in second place, and some of the other guys are in the league as well. So, anyways, I didn't want Chris to join the league because he is already in the paid league. But let's look at the points tally 1 second. Yeah, so Dibro with 112. What did he have? He had Sanchez in goal, Alonso, Alexander-Arnold, Koffel, Salah captain, Bruno Fernandes, Benrahma, Havertz, Dini, Antonio, and Ings. So Antonio, Ings, these are the difference maker. Benrahma, Alonso, good differential. He had Tsimikas. How do you pronounce it? Tsmim. Tsimikas. No, it's Tsimikas. I think the S is silent. Yeah, I think the S is silent or Tsimikas. Dallas on the bench, Amate on the bench. He had a lot of players on the bench as well. Sorry. If he probably dropped out Koffel or Havertz, he could have had more, or even Dini. But it is what it is. 112 points. The guy is leading the free league. It is what it is. And the code is in the description of the free league. You can still join in. The final prize is a single jersey. I will be keeping the code till the end of August in the league. After that, I'll be hiding it from all the videos so that no more people can join in at the end of August. The prize for the cup and the league is a Beyond the Post T-shirt. And keeping that in mind, just want to inform you guys that we have now been added to Google News. The website is now on Google News. So more views coming in, the website growing as a brand, big things happening. Okay, I don't see. One second. Why do I not see the cup? Oh yeah, there is. No, this is the General League, Classic Leagues. So no cups. I think we need to create the cup as well. Okay, so probably no cup here. And let me go to the paid one. Confidimus Siddharth Rehan got 114 points. He's currently leading. And Darlene is on 112. Balraj is on 112. Yash is on 112. And Sushanta is on 111. So the competition is already stiff looking at this league. But before that, I just want to tell you how many people are there in this league currently. There are a total of 97 people. Why is Bhargav at the bottom of it? What did Bhargav do with this team? Bhargav has 35 points. Whom did he play? Okay, Martinez, Ben White, Maguire, Tierney, Sancho, Rafinha, Buendia, Jorginho, Havertz, Ings, and Firmino. Oh, he had all the wrong guys. So Bhargav kind of in a mess there. Didn't work out for Bhargav. Just looking at one more team. The Dallas factor came into play. Anyways, now as I was saying, so this was the thing. But what about the cups? Have the cups been removed? I'll have to check that out. So with respect to that, Siddharth Rehan is Confidimus is at the top of the league, currently the paid league. So as I said, around 87 people should be there, but there are 90. I'll have to remove some of them. Sanchez in goal, Digne, Shaw, not working. Alexander Arnold, Timiskas, Timicas with 6. Fernandes with 40. Captain Benrahma 12, Greenwood 8, Salah 17, Ings 7, Antonio 13, White, Tony, and Brownhill on the bench. So his failures were on the bench, and the rest of them succeeded. So 114 points in game week 1. He is the topper of the game week, and he has made some money back from the league already. So that is how paid leagues work. And yeah, so I just wanted to see with respect to this. These are the leagues. So I can see all the leagues. What about the cups? View cup details. What does it say? All managers will be entered into the cup. The final will be contested in game week 38. Okay, the cup hasn't started yet, and that is why it's not started in this. So the cup hasn't started yet. He doesn't have any money left in the bank. He used all his funds. So the current leader of the you can say the paid league. More or less, it will be similar. Fernandes and whoever had Fernandes and Salah mainly, and maybe even Benrahma, will get the extra points. I did not have any, like two of them. I didn't have Benrahma. I didn't have Fernandes. But that has changed to an extent now. So I have made 3 transfers. I've taken a -8. And this is what I've done right now with my squad. What I did was I have taken out Tierney. I got in Amarte from Leicester, who will be playing. I've taken out who else? I've taken out one of the strikers, Iheanacho, and gotten in Balogun. And I've taken out the midfielder. I've gotten in Bruno Fernandes. And the player that I took out was... Whom did I take out? Buendia is still here. The third player that I took out was Harvey Barnes. Yes, Harvey Barnes is out. And I have gotten in Bruno Fernandes. So these are the 3 changes that I made. This is what my squad looks like right now. I've taken a -8. I won't be making any changes. I'm not getting in Benrahma just now. I've kept Buendia as it is, as he is. Balogun is still in my team because he's going to be on the bench. I'll be honest. He's a very cheap striker for me who might be playing some of these games. So Balogun is right now one of the players who will be on the bench for me. He's not probably going to be playing. So if I have to pick my team, how it will look is Martinez versus Newcastle in goal or Sanchez versus Watford. I think I'll stick to Martinez against Newcastle for now. Amate against West Ham. Alexander Arnold versus Burnley. Now, there is one thing here. Digne versus Leeds or Kofal versus Leicester. I get the feeling that, again, Amate and Kofal is an option. Digne is also the thing that I can choose. Maybe I would probably switch one of these guys and go for this Shaw coming in against Southampton. Now, forwards, like midfielders, Southampton, Bruno Fernandes, Buendia. A lot of people might have Benrahma here. Buendia versus Newcastle, Smith Rowe versus Chelsea, Salah versus Burnley, Ings versus Newcastle, Antonio versus Leicester, Balogun versus Chelsea. So again, Balogun goes out. And looking at my bench right now, I think this is how it should be. Amarte at number 3. I can switch him around a bit. I can do this and I can say my team. Now, captain, I will probably be sticking to Salah, or it will be Bruno, one of the two, because obviously those are the two obvious choices right now. Salah versus Burnley, Bruno versus Southampton. Burnley has already been destroyed in game week 1. So I will probably consider keeping it as Salah, but let's see if towards the end I have a change of mood. I will also look at the captains in the league, because that is a factor. If a lot of people have Bruno as their captain, so I may consider something like a differential and go for Salah, or I may go with the tide and try to avoid another bad week. I mean, this is where the difference will start mounting up. And I don't mean Mason Mount, but anyways. So the other options that you can have is, as I mentioned, Benrahma is not in my team right now. A lot of people can go for Benrahma. If you feel Newcastle will do something against Aston Villa and score a few goals, you can try a Callum Wilson. Though it is very high risky to go for a Callum Wilson right now. You don't know what Newcastle might produce. It's like they have their ups and downs. If anyone wants to take a risk and maybe like put caution to the wind, and you can try for a Joe Willock. Why can't I look for a Joe Willock? Yeah, Willock. You can try having him. He's a 6 million midfielder, but again, I would say that you would probably prefer to have Willock after he starts maybe performing a bit. I didn't put Bruno in my team. No, he got 20 points, and that is why I'm on 73. Otherwise, I would have been on 93. Greenwood is an option. Mason Greenwood is an option that a lot of people would prefer. I just have Smith Rowe right now in my team because he's a cheap option and he's starting every game. Now, as I said, if you see my pick team currently, I do have Smith Rowe here against Chelsea. Maybe I would like to prefer, like in the upcoming week, I would like to make a few changes around. Maybe get rid of say a defender, a costly defender like Kofal, and get in another, maybe say a cheap defender and a better striker. That could be one thing. That could be one option. So, or maybe let's see what I can do with Buendia in the upcoming days. So there are some options that I can change around. For now, I'm sticking to Smith Rowe. I think he can, if we produce something against Chelsea, he'll be involved because he was one of the brightest players against Brentford. Yeah, I don't know why I had a brain fade there, but yeah, he was one of the brightest players against Brentford. So he can definitely push forward. He was creating more and he was closing them down to an extent. Our overall performance was bad, but it's Chelsea, so our players will be a bit fired up. We don't have Thomas Partey. That is one problem. The last time we beat Thomas Tuchel, Thomas Partey was fit and playing and he was looking good. So that is one major miss. I don't think Granit Xhaka and Elneny can do that job. I don't think even Odegaard will make it in time because of his passport issue. So there are some issues that are there. But Ramsdale, I don't know if he'll be. at the club. Will he be starting? I don't know. That is another tough call that Mikel Arteta needs to take. But probably the other player that will start will be Ben White, and hopefully Gabriel is fit. As per the stories I was reading, Gabriel and Ben White together, Tierney, and probably I get the feeling Tavares should be starting. Callum Chambers had a very bad game. I don't think Callum Chambers will be starting in this one. So if Chambers does start, it will be kind of surprising, but I think Tavares or Cedric might get the nod over Chambers for this one. So that could be that. But overall, as I said, with respect to FPL, I think Tavares, if he becomes a regular starter on the right side, I think Tavares could be a good shout in the future, because what is his pricing? I don't think he's too expensive. He'll be a decent buy. He's 4.5 million and he plays as a fullback. Imagine a 4.5 million fullback. Like, I could get rid of maybe say a Koffel, and additional 0.5 I could add in the maybe 5.5 striker, even though I wouldn't get too much out of it. But I'm just saying he could be a cheap buy, if because he goes forward a lot. If he's playing regularly and Arsenal is scoring goals, Tavares could be a factor there. I'm not going to tell you to take Lokonga, even though he had a good game as well against Brentford. He was like running around everywhere, doing a lot. But the other players had a bad game. So if we have a good game against Chelsea, Lokonga could be a decent box-to-box player. But we need to see what he will actually do exactly in that match against Chelsea. It also, as I said, depends upon the overall performance of the team. So he could be later on maybe a decent shout, maybe for a player that we should have in our fantasy teams. What is his pricing currently? He's 5 million. Okay. So maybe get rid of a Smith Rowe and get in a Lokonga. Because at the end of the day, the thing is, if Smith Rowe doesn't produce again, I'm not saying that he has been poor in the last game, but with respect to FPL, if I want to go in for a cheaper player who's just starting for me, then why not go for a Lokonga over a Smith Rowe? Like, Smith Rowe obviously has the chance of scoring. Maybe Chelsea, Man City are the two fixtures that I should probably be patient with him. And if he does something, he does something. If he doesn't do something, I think the fourth game of the season for us will be the time that Smith Rowe can shine. So I am not too keen on replacing Smith Rowe right now. But if someone wants to get in like a Benrahma, the only concern will be his price tag right now. He's at 6.1. He's a cheap option. He's cheaper than Buendia. Someone, if they're interested in like adding a Benrahma to the team, definitely can get rid of, like in my team, I could get rid of Buendia if they don't again fire against Newcastle. But I think Newcastle fixture should be their return, and Brentford is again a fixture for them. I had seen Aston Villa had a lot of good fixtures. That is why I had taken Danny Ings as well. And what next? Apart from that, which one is their fixture here? Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea will be maybe start to get tough, maybe, hopefully. And so at that point of time, maybe I can get in a cheaper replacement. I think I can. I had taken Watkins initially, but then I replaced him with Ings. So that is that. And Buendia is also there. Either I can sell those guys and maybe get some cheaper players in, or sell Danny Ings and get in a costlier midfielder. Benrahma is a good option. Even if he performs this game week again, he may maximum go from a 6.1 to a 6.2. So ideally that doesn't hurt me too much, because I have Buendia who is already 6.5. I can get in a cheap striker here as well, but then I'm weakening my team and like to get rid and get in Smith Rowe. Maybe Balogun might play a few games if the situation with Lacazette is not sorted out and Aubameyang seems to be out of form. They may start with Balogun. Could be a thing as well. Maybe instead of Martinelli, maybe Balogun starts. If Aubameyang is not fit against Chelsea, Balogun might start with Saka and Pepe and Smith Rowe behind him, and eventually Martinelli will be brought on to replace him. Or other way around, Martinelli could start, and let's see what happens. It could be a make or break game, but unfortunately Balogun will be on my bench for the Chelsea game. Emil Smith Rowe will be the one playing. Emil Smith Rowe is a cheap option as well in midfield. If you want someone who's starting, who can score goals and get assists, Smith Rowe is the guy. Dallas is another option. These two are the cheap midfielders. You can definitely look at them. Luke Shaw last season was brilliant. Manchester United started off the season on a high. If Luke Shaw gets going, Manchester United, he will get a lot of assists for Manchester United. He will probably end up with a few clean sheets for Manchester United as well. Now, Leeds were bad. Like, Fred scored in that damn game. So, and Luke Shaw got a yellow card as well. So it wasn't his best. But again, as I said, Luke Shaw, if he gets into his own, he'll probably start performing more. There are a lot of fullbacks that can be chosen. Like, I have a lot of fullbacks. I have Digne as well. I may consider dropping him if Everton don't do anything. Like, keep conceding goals, 1 or 2 goals here and there. They're playing Leeds next. If they play like they played in the first game and Leeds does the same, Everton should destroy them. Digne may get a goal or an assist as well. Then Everton plays Brighton. They have good fixtures as well. They have Burnley after that. And Aston Villa, again, dicey. Norwich. Until Manchester United, that is game week 7, they have only one tough fixture in my eyes. Now, with Rafa Benitez being there, Aston Villa game could be an equally matched game. But the other 6 fixtures look like the first one is already a win. Other 4 apart from that, not 4, other 5 apart from that, the Aston Villa one look good. And Everton should be winning those. Digne might get in a few assists and a goal here or there as well. So Digne is a good shout as per me. There are other players from Everton also that can be picked. Like in the last game, like in the first game of the season, they had Doucouré who scored. Calvert-Lewin is a good shout. Richarlison, decent shout. Richarlison got a goal and an assist as well. So I think the Brazil, you can say the tour where he went with the Olympic side has done wonders for him to an extent. You can say it made him maybe more confident. This was a confidence boost that he probably needed. And Richarlison is now looking right now in form. I don't know how long he'll stay in form, but Richarlison is a good shout. Calvert-Lewin is a decent shout. And let me go into the Brentford side of things. See, Brentford side of things, Raya got a clean sheet. He had 4 saves. So Raya had a good game. He got a bonus point as well. If Brentford has a few good run of games and they upset a few teams, I think Raya will be a good shout for you, for anyone who wants to play him. And Canos, the former Liverpool guy, is also a decent guy. He got the goal and he got the 3 bonus points in the first game as well. So that is very positive. If he plays well again in the upcoming games, 2 things. One, he will be an FPL pick and probably some big team will come and pick him up if Brentford get relegated eventually, if he keeps playing like this. Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes and Greenwood are the 2 main players. Paul Pogba would be another good shout. Leeds, Ayling, obviously he got the goal. Dallas got the assist. So Ayling is a good shout. Rafinha, a lot of people are saying. I prefer Dallas. He's cheap. Ayling can be a good shout as well. A lot of people enjoyed that as well. But the thing is, Ayling, the only points that he scored was from the goal. If not for that goal, he would have been in the minus because 5 goals conceded. So at the end of the day, that is another thing. Dallas got the highest points for Leeds, but at the end, there was no bonus point for him, unfortunately. Okay, Brighton versus Burnley. Let's go with Brighton and Burnley. Mope scored a goal. Gross is a guy who scores the penalties for them as well. So he's a good shout. He keeps taking the penalties as well. He's a good shout. He got an assist in the first game as well. For Burnley, Tarkowski is a good shout. Chris Wood is a decent shout. I don't know what was the status of Chris Wood. I had heard that he was about to leave. Has he left Burnley? Or no, he's still with Burnley. Okay. So he's a good shout. Burnley can, amongst the Burnley players, Tarkowski, Chris Wood, Westwood, not so much. I don't think. He gets a few assists, but not that much. Okay. He got the 3 bonus points. He got 2 bonus points. McAllister got 3. So that was a decent game for him as well. Okay, Chelsea. Now, Alonso, will he be continuously playing? I'm not too sure. What will be the future for Alonso? I mean, see, at the end of the day, Thomas Tuchel has utilized his, you can say, squad well so far. But the thing is, whether he be playing regularly or not is a different thing. Ben Chilwell was on the bench for this game, so understandable. But I think Alonso is fine as a wing back. But if they go back to a back 4, I think Chilwell will come into the game a bit more. I think the reason they have gone with this 3-4-3 in the last game is because they are expecting Arsenal to go in for a 3-4-3. Anyways, sorry. Anyways, the thing is, Marcos Alonso is a good shout if they're playing the same 3-4-3. Pulisic, I'm not gonna take him. Chaloba, new to the game, not too sure. Will he be playing? How regularly? Not certain. Kovacic, no. Mason Mount, good shout. Again, Mason Mount keeps getting assists and goals, so he's a good shout. So, from the Crystal Palace side of things, I don't know that team. Ignore the team. Ignore. I know Patrick Vieira is the manager, but they will have to really improve in the second game to like get my attention. Right now, Eze was a decent shout for some time in the previous season, but I don't think that's going to last now. Anyways, Everton, Dakure, as I said, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison are the two. Dakure, Awobi, Townsend. Townsend maybe to an extent, but it's a very huge risk. And Southampton, Shea Adams, definitely. Shea Adams is the man. He's now going to be the main player with Danny Ings leaving. So Shea Adams is the guy to go for Southampton. Defense, again, I've taken Digne. Vestergaard is gone as well. He's gone to Leicester. So Southampton is like depleted. They might be battling relegation this season. So if you have to go for any player from Southampton, I think Shea Adams is your guy. I don't think Armstrong is that reliable, but he's not that reliable. I think Shea Adams is the only guy that I'll recommend from Southampton. Pickford as a goalkeeper, some people like him, some people can keep him. McCarthy was the goalkeeper at times, but I don't think these keepers will be able to do much. Everton started positively even in the last season, but eventually they went down. So Pickford is not a keeper that I would take, but if you want to be adventurous, your wish. Jamie Vardy scored, but again, want to see how many goals can he score. He scored one, but Leicester should have had more. Pereira is not a shout that I would go for. Harvey Barnes, definitely. I removed him because I wanted Bruno. I don't want that differential to kill me in the FPL. So Jamie Vardy is a good shout for a striker, but then I don't even have Harry Kane. I don't have Jamie Vardy. If you want a Vardy, the price is high. You need to pay up. 10.5. Harry Kane is, I think, 12, 12.4. So their pricing is damn too high. But Jamie Vardy is still 10.5. Probably you can replace a few players here and there. But then how many games will he play? Is he fit enough? That is another problem. Sarr scored a goal, as Bhargav was saying. And apart from that, Dini I saw in a few teams, but I don't think Dini can score a few goals, but I think Sarr is a better option if you want to take a Watford player. Sarr over Dini for me, for sure. I'm not saying because of this. Danny Ings again scored for Aston Villa. That is why I had him. Bailey got an assist. Traore got an assist. McGinn got a goal. Okay, maybe some you can try for McGinn because with Grealish leaving, I think his role increases a bit more. McGinn and Ings are the two players. Buendia is an option if he can do something this game week. I'll keep him, otherwise he's out. Watkins was an option if you don't want Danny Ings once he's fit. Get in Watkins as well. Tyrone Mings was decent last season. I don't think they are going to defend that well this season. So Martinez is the other shout, but he didn't do anything in the first game. Let's see if he can do something in the second. Otherwise, I can replace him and get in a cheap keeper and just stick with Sanchez. Further, Liverpool, Mo Salah, Jota, both of these guys. Salah had a brilliant game. I won't take Firmino and Mane. If you have to take two Liverpool attackers, either Salah or Jota. Salah is a compulsion now. He's become a compulsion. Even if he has bad games, you have to keep him. Big up, Simpy. Yeah, I am up late and just going through all the teams and giving my tips for the upcoming game week. Salah is a good shout. People need to have him. I have him this time, but he will have those phases which I was saying. I just made a mistake that I did not take Bruno this time. I need those two are the guys I think every team should be built around. So that was the one mistake that I made. But okay, I got him in now. And as I was saying, so Salah is there, Bruno and Jota. A lot of people have, but Jota can be replaced by a Greenwood. There are more options there. Don't go for a Firmino or a Mane, even if they do whatever they do. Trent is there for now. The cheap option, again, The cheap option, as we saw, is I keep forgetting his name. Timus. I just pronounce it. Timiscus. No, Timikas. The S is silent. If I know. Simikas. No, it's Simikas or Timikas. However you want to pronounce it, I'll have to see the pronunciation for that. He's a cheap option. Otherwise, Alexander Arnold is always there. Once Robertson comes back in, he will be gone from the team. So that is a temporary solution. Van Dijk and Matip. I don't rely on Matip because he's very injury prone. Van Dijk can be an option, but again, why take a centre back unless you don't have money? That is the only thing. Cresswell, big shout. I had him right through my last season. Didn't take him this season so far. He scored a goal, good for him, but no clean sheet, so the points would have been down. Antonio, 1 goal and 2 assists, brilliant. Benrahma, 1 goal and 1 assist, brilliant as well. Souček is a good shout. He was brilliant last season. Souček could be up to in your team if you want a cheap midfielder who may or may not play give you goals and assists, but generally Souček manages to impress. So 6 million, if I get rid of an Emil Smith Rowe, I can probably try to fit in a Souček instead. But again, I have hopes for Emil Smith Rowe, so I'm not going to drop him just yet. Antonio Benrahma, as I said, Benrahma is also cheap, 6.1. So he's a good shout as well. Fornells can be a good shout along with, as I said, Cresswell. So those are the players. For Newcastle, Callum Wilson, as I mentioned, Saint Maximin to an extent. As I said, if you are adventurous, go for a Willock. That could happen as well. And Tottenham versus Man City. Harry Kane, he's supposedly leaving for Manchester City. So Son is your guy to go from Tottenham. Bergwijn, maybe to an extent, Bergwijn may play the similar role that Son used to play for Harry Kane, and Son might be up front. Let's see how that will rotate. Or Lucas Moura might play as a lone striker, or there will be certain changes happening there. Like they may do some mixing and matching, and maybe play 2 forwards up front, like they've done before, or play the 4-3-3 that they played in the previous game. Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, and Son together. Let's see how that works. The other player, as I said, from Spurs, I would go for is Bergwijn. I'm not going for a Lucas Moura. It's Son or Bergwijn right now if Harry Kane is leaving. I'm not going for any of their defenders right now. Even though they got a clean sheet, Lloris would have been a decent shout. But again, they have their own moments of madness as well. So let's see. That could change in the future, but right now, no, I'm okay with what I have. And that is no Spurs player in my team. I'm fine with that. Son is the only one that could be a buy in the future, I guess, right now. Bergwijn also needs to be consistent. Man City, Phil Foden, once he's back, he's a cheap option. He should be consistently in the team if Jack Grealish fails to perform. Defenders-wise, Walker was an option, wasn't played. Pep likes to mess around with the FPL players' heads and like his team as well. So I think Phil Foden, once he comes back in, I think he'll be a good shout. Kevin De Bruyne could be a good shout. I don't know what these FPL guys are high on. I have no idea what's going to happen with this money. There are so many good players that cannot be bought right now. Just look at this. Just look at this team. I will show you which players are missing. I'll just tell you verbally. Harry Kane isn't in this team because there is no money. Jack Grealish can't get into the team even if I wanted him to because there's no money. No Sterling. Further, if you see, if I want to add more players like Kevin De Bruyne, there is no money. If I want to take both the Liverpool fullbacks, Robertson and Alexander Arnold, again no money. If I want to get in more fullbacks, like more costlier fullbacks, there is still no money. Just look at this. These guys want us to have 4 million defenders right through our back line. So then why have you kept those defenders at 7.5? Why is Trent at 7.5? If you are not giving us the funds to buy more better midfielders. Okay, suppose let me just take an example. I'm not going to play wild card, but let me take this example. Like imagine I am using my wild card. Okay. And because we are doing this video, so yeah, exactly. Need more than 100 million. These guys have inflated all the players and they are not giving more than 100 million. That is why everyone is more or less sticking with Sanchez. They don't even have the choice to take a better quality first choice keeper because they're going for Sanchez. Now what they want me to do is remove all my fullbacks and buy the cheapest defenders. Like, okay, let me go in for defenders. I'm just giving an example. If someone is playing the wild card, what you can do: defenders, nothing more than 5 million, maximum of 5 million. So none of my defenders apart from Kofal maybe will fit in. I've taken him back. Now who? I'll have to take Spurs defenders 4.5. I'll have to take a guy like Regulon. He didn't even start, I think, in the last game. He came on as a substitute against City. I'll have to take 5 million. Okay, Suyanshu comes in. He was also injured. Now I think he's fit now, but the thing is, okay, let me see. Matip is a shout. Lindelof is a shout who will probably get dropped. Timiskas is the guy, 4.1. His name is not Timiskas, it's Simkas. Is Simkas or Timkas, whatever you want to pronounce it. I think it's Simkas. So this is one guy that I'm taking. Amate is the other guy. Now I need to get in more cheap defenders. Like who else? Cheap Chelsea defenders. But let me look at the options that I have. Okay, I saw Ailing there. Tanganga was also playing. So this is my defense. This is the kind of defense that I'm forced into putting. Now, if I have to go for a goalkeeper, a cheap goalkeeper, no Martinez. Say no to Martinez. So if I have to go for a cheap goalkeeper, 5.5, this is the thing. Sorry, I can go for a Raya. Okay, this is what they want us to do at the back, and then I have just 6.4 million left, out of which, if suppose I have taken the cheapest defense possible of people who will be playing, and this is what they want us to do. Take the cheapest possible defense of people playing. Okay, I don't think I can go any cheaper than this with respect to defense and goalkeepers. 4.5 or 4.5, both are playing. All are playing. Okay, these Simikas or whatever. Timikas is just playing because of the fact that Robertson is injured. Other Amate is just playing because of the fact that the other defenders, Johnny Evans, Suyanchu, all these guys were injured. So this is what it is. And then I got 6.4 in the bank now. Okay, let me replace Smithrow. Smithrow is gone. I got 11.5. Now De Bruyne came in the game, in the last game. Oh yeah, this is not all players. So De Bruyne came in the last game. Say I am putting him in. He's 12 million. I'm still in -1, whereas I took the cheapest defense possible. The cheapest ever defense possible of playing players currently who are playing, I've taken, and I replaced Smith Rowe with Kevin De Bruyne, and that's it. My money is gone, and I'm in -1 debt. This is the kind of budget that they are portraying. They're giving us the budget. They want us to have, even with the worst defense that I could put up, like the cheapest one. It's not the worst, it's the cheapest one. 4.1, 4, 4.5, 4.5, 5. 5 is maximum. Okay, let me even go cheaper than this. Let me go even cheaper than 5. Now 5 is too much according to FPL. Let me go for a 4.5. Now Eric Dyer, no. Webster, Brighton, maybe no. Pablo Mari, Chambers. Okay. Say I feel Tavares is playing. Now I've gone for this. I have 0.4 left after just having Salah, Fernandes, and De Bruyne in my team. 3 marquee signings in my FPL team. I have made it the cheapest defense possible of players who will be playing. Tavares might even not play. Timikas is only playing till Robertson comes in. Amate is only playing till the first choice defenders are back. And I even replaced Martinez with Raya, who's the Brentford keeper. So if I have to pick a team of all the players, that is, sorry, 15 players, all 15 players playing. If I have to pick now, they are playing. This is what I get with the cheapest defense and cheapest possible goalkeepers. I just get three marquee signings in my team. That is Salah, Fernandes, and De Bruyne. And I have to just take any random shitty defenders. Some of them might not even play. Now the other option is, either the other option is what you do is this: take defenders, take four. What is the minimum one? 4 million is the minimum defenders price. Yep. Okay. So I know I just need three defenders to be playing. So okay, he's anyways 4.1. He's anyways 4. I replace him as well. And I take in some random guy. Say I take Duffy. Okay, Duffy, 4 million. Or I can take Kelly. Duffy is not playing regularly, so Kelly. Say I take Kelly now. I got another 0.9 million. Now, who will be playing? These guys will be playing. One of them won't be playing. Even for the goalkeeper, take the cheapest goalkeeper. What is the cheapest goalkeeper price at? Again, 4? Yeah. Take some random guy. Take Runerson. 1.4. This is what they want you to do. They don't want you to fill all 15 players, I guess. I got 1.4 million now. So what can I do with this 1.4 million? I can probably sell Buendia and get in another midfielder. So looking at midfielders, what is my budget? Say I keep it at 9. Let me see. Okay, Pogba is 7.6. Jota is 7.5. Say Greenwood is in. I replace Balogun. I go in for a forward. I make the points minimum. 4.9, okay. I take I take Obafemi from Southampton because he might end up playing something. I got another 0.9. Now, again, I can't do much. I can add it to Greenwood probably. Or even if I add it to Dallas, what will I get? Midfielders. Let me go in for midfielders again. I have 6.4. So, okay, let me start with 6.5. So, this is it. This is what they want. Kelly may or may not play at all. These two guys may end up not playing eventually. Runerson is not playing. Obafemi might play or might not play. This is what they want us to do. Put Sarr and Dennis. Sarr for midfielder. No, I'm not. I'm not making the changes. I'm not making my team. I'm just trying to show that. I'm just trying to show that FPL money problems. Dennis is flagged yellow. He has a 25% chance of not playing, 75% chance of playing. But what I was trying to show is that these guys have messed it up so much big time that, say, if I get rid of maybe, say, Benrama and I get in, oh, sorry, he's a forward. So I was like, okay, maybe if I get in a Sarr now, but he's 6, so it doesn't matter. I'm already having 5, like, Benrama is also the same. So even if I take Sarr, that doesn't make it too better. But what I was saying is, even if I take Dennison, I already got Obafemi in this squad. So Obafemi is 4.5. He's also not going to be playing. Maybe Dennis, if you take him, he's 5. Doesn't matter. The thing is that we can't have more than 3 marquee signings right now in the squad. Maximum. In the worst case scenario, if you use the cheapest defenders, if you use the cheapest goalkeepers, if you replace some of the players, 3 marquee signings are the max that you get in your team. Bruno Fernandes, Salah, and Kevin De Bruyne. I can't get any more signings. I can't get a Sterling in. I can't get a Harry Kane in. I can't get in, who else? I can't get a Son in. if I get in a Son in, then probably I'll be able to get in maybe like see if I like get rid of De Bruyne, if I get in a Son again, he's a 10 millionaire again. So okay, maybe I get rid of a Greenwood and get in maybe someone who's what 10 million. So this is the only way probably that we'll end up with four marquee signings. Max cost 10 million, not all players. I want a midfielder. Now, again, there aren't too many midfielders with 10 million. Wait, what happened to Sterling? They made him no, he's there. He's 11. Can't buy him. And the other thing is, guys like Mahrez are an option. The only concern there is this is how I can get four guys in. Four marquee signings in maximum. But again, do I want Son? Maybe, maybe not. Do I want Mahrez? Yeah, probably. Mahrez is a decent shout. Well, at the end of the day, my defense is a mess. I don't need to then give a shit about my defense. And maybe instead of Son, I can probably look for like I have 11 million in the bank. So go for maybe go for a Benrama and then push four more into the striker. So if you are planning to use the wild card overall, I think utilizing money is very essential in the optimal way. But at the end, like I still think that there are money problems because you have to compensate and compromise on the entire defense. This team looks good overall. I'm not going to complain about that. It looks good, but at the end of the day, like I still got around 1.7. Maybe I can put it in a defender. But the thing is, I can't afford Liverpool defenders, and I can't afford the likes of a Van Dijk or a Trent. Those guys are so highly priced. Like if I have to push in, maybe I can put the 1.7 into Kelly and probably get in maybe like in defenders, maybe an Alonso or something like that. This is what I can do. So at the end of the day, this is something that you can apply. Again, Sanchez will be your goalkeeper right through because Randerson is not going to be playing. There isn't a better goalkeeper at 4.1. So there is no goalkeeper. 4.5 is the minimum, the least that you need. So it is what it is. But you can go for this kind of a team. If someone is planning to use a wild card, get in Sar. As Samson was saying, get in Dennis as well. You can go in for these options. These are the options. But then you have to like say that my defense is not good enough. My defense is useless. I don't need to bother about what happens with my defense. I just need to focus on my midfield and my attack. And I need to have a few players that may not be like 1 second. Yeah, so you may have to take players in your midfield. Some of them may not be like they may be passengers. And if they do something, they do something. If they don't do something, they don't do anything at all. So that is the problem. Dennis is currently, as I said, simply flagged yellow. 25% chance of not playing and 75% chance of playing. One second. One second. Just give me a minute. Just texting someone about something related to other work. So that is that. And as I was saying, so if someone is interested in probably using the wildcard, if you guys are going to be using the wildcard, do make these changes. You can go in for such a team. You can go in with the very poor defense, and that is what can be done as well. Are you doing a transfer this week or rolling? I missed the start. No, I already took a -8. I'll show you my team. Show you my original team. I've taken a -8 because I didn't have Bruno in my team and I needed to get him. So this part is done. If you have seen, guys. So what I did is I replaced Tierney, because with the way that we started off and the next games that are few coming, I took replaced Tierney with Amate. I replaced Harvey Barnes with Bruno, and I replaced Iheanacho with Balogun. So Balogun will not be playing for me right now. He'll be on my bench. Bruno will come in, and Amate again. Amate could be on the bench or he could be playing till the time he's in the team. So that is what I've done, and that so I've taken a -8 already because I didn't want to get into the wild card immediately. Like last week, last year, I utilized the wild card at the end of the first game week. So that I did not want to do this time again. So this looks good, and at the end of the day, it's all good here with respect to the things that I can see right now. And my team is again, my team right now: Martinez versus Newcastle, Shaw versus Southampton, Trent versus Burnley, Digne versus Leeds, Fernandes Southampton, Buendia Newcastle, Smith Rowe Chelsea, Salah Burnley, Dallas Everton, Ings Newcastle, Antonio Leicester. Captain is Salah for now. Maybe Bruno. I don't know. I'm okay with Salah as well. That is fine. And the other thing that I want to add is Kofel Amate and Balogun on the bench, Sanchez on the bench as well. I may get rid of Martinez in the upcoming week and just stick to Sanchez like a lot of people are doing. Like, don't give a damn about the goalkeeper. And Simpy is in the backstage. Finally, he's come on. How are you, Simpy?
Hey, Natasha. Sorry, I didn't see your Twitter message until now.
Yeah, I actually had sent you that because, like, I mean, I was thinking of doing a collaboration with you on fantasy football shows, like, so that we could do more.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yes,
I'm also done with all the Arteta out versus Arteta in thing going around right now. That's all everyone wants to talk. Like whichever stream I go on, it's like it triggers that. So at the end, all the streams are kind of becoming that. So I got bored with it, and I started doing FPL to an extent. But your problem was a different one. All the kids demanding, when are you playing Fortnite?
Yeah, I've not had any of that now. I think it's because I took a break and everyone kind of just was still subscribed, but they kind of just forgot. So I've not had anyone saying like when's Fortnite or when's FIFA or anything. So it's quite good. But yeah, I'm mainly just doing FPL and occasionally appearing on other channels to talk about Arsenal or something like that. Really, but yeah, main focus is FPL.
Yeah, I think even they got bored with the Fortnite now. I mean, how long would that last? Like, it
Yeah,
had to die
Fortnite's
down.
gone. Yeah, every game has its time, and I think that one's pretty much gone now as well. I've not played it for months and months.
Yeah, I wanted to do strategy games on here, but then my laptop will not support it. And I got very bad reviews for the FIFA games and stuff. So I was like confused whether I should be doing FIFA, like the FIFA 21 series or something like that or not.
Okay.
So I was thinking about the Xbox, but then I don't. Are you doing FIFA gaming still?
Not now, just because FIFA, like every year, FIFA dies like around March time. So the new one comes out, I think, at sometime in September. So I probably will get it, and I might stream it or I might just play it, but I don't know. But if so, then 100%, then I'll probably just do FIFA and FPL.
Yeah, probably what I need to do is I need to find some store which rents CDs. If that happens, then I can probably take it on rent instead, and like return
Yeah,
it after a few months or something like that. That would probably work better than like buying it, because at the end, then what will I do? Otherwise, I'll have to try to sell it off or exchange it
yeah,
with someone.
true.
So, what game
Yeah,
are you playing these days?
I'm not really playing. My PS5 just sitting there. I'm not really playing it that much, to be honest with you. Mate, It was Call of Duty, but again, I've just not been on my PlayStation as much as before. Like maybe like once every 2 weeks I'm playing it now, whereas before it was most days when I was streaming, etc.
Yeah, it kind of YouTube kind of like that is why initially YouTube kind of gets boring when you're doing everything alone. That is the thing with videos as well. Like I don't know what's my channel keeps like I keep coming here sometimes, and for the FPL stuff and that series, know your YouTubers, something different. That is
Mm-hmm.
like kind of a break from all the football kind of thing. And anyways, Arsenal isn't doing anything great, so for us to be happy or cheerful about as well with respect to football.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I did a podcast with a Chelsea fan, a City fan, and a Spurs fan, and throughout the whole time, I was just there, like just basically, I was joining them in dissing Arsenal. I just said to them like it's gone past the point where it's funny now. It's just embarrassing. So I'm just laughing at that. But yeah,
Yeah, but what
what's
would the Spurs fans say? Like they just lost 1-0 to that
yeah,
Portuguese team.
yeah. Unfortunately, when I think we just finished the podcast just before kickoff, so otherwise I would have said something like in the game. But yeah, they'll turn it around in the second leg at home anyway. They'll probably win like 4-5-0.
Yeah, they'll have to take their team again for maybe their like main team to an extent against Packers if they want to win, and then again switch off in the next round till they are embarrassing themselves. But the fact of the matter is the loss is embarrassing at least, so that is fun.
Yeah, true.
But overall, again, the Chelsea game will be again. Let's see what happens. Last season,
Yeah,
Chelsea good. We did the double over them.
yeah. I did. I remember that it was what at Stamford Bridge. Jorginho did that mistake, didn't he? And then Aubameyang and Smith Rowe combined and scored.
Yeah, we
But
beat them 1-0 again at Stamford Bridge, and we
mhm,
beat Lampard, like the team Lampard had set up at the Emirates. So all
yeah,
good last season. But with respect to FPL, you got any Arsenal players? I had Tierney, I removed him. So Smith Rowe and Balogun. Balogun is the cheap one. He's not going to play. Smith Rowe is the only main player that I have from Arsenal.
yeah. I think originally, like always, when you start FPL, you have like 200 drafts, and you make the drafts, and then over like the weeks, you decide what you want to go for. And I think at one time I had Ben White, and then at one time I had Smith Rowe, and then one time, pretty much days before the deadline, I had Pepe in my team. And then I took them all out. And for the moment, I'm not gonna really look at Arsenal players until I think it's something like game week 4 onwards. I think we've got an okay-ish run of fixtures, and if anyone really, it'd probably be Tierney if I get in. But I don't know if it's going to be. I know our defensive record was quite good towards. Well, it was good last season, but I still don't know if I'd. Yeah, I don't know. You'd be trusting Tierney to get you assists or goals rather than clean sheets. But yeah, you never know. But I'm staying away from Arsenal for now.
No, I think what I'll do is next game week probably if I get rid of Martinez, I'll get rid of him, get him a cheaper goalkeeper, and replace Balogun with Martinelli probably.
Yeah, I was stuck between the whole Martinez and Sanchez debate, and then I had one option was to get Veltman and Martinez, and then the other option was to get Sanchez and Target. So I went for Sanchez and Target, and then obviously it didn't work out well with Villa getting slapped by Watford and Target getting a yellow card and subbed off, and then obviously Sanchez conceding that goal as well. So not the greatest of starts defensive wise for me, but
Hold on, let me just pull up your team anyways, so you can talk about it because
yeah,
anyways you're here right now. So where's the paid league? Okay, the paid league. What's your rank in the league?
it's probably quite low to be honest with you. I got less than 100. I got 96 points. So if you keep going to 96, you
Yeah,
should hopefully see me.
Daniel used the triple captain,
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
it was a good shout for a triple captain. But then again, he was there at the top for some time, but then he dropped down as well.
Yeah, I think he used his triple captain, but he still only got like 3 points more than me, I think, or something like that. Yeah, there I am.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's me.
he used it on Salah, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah. So this is the team I went with for game week 1. So obviously Sanchez in goal. Expected something big, 4.5 million. I know last season Brighton did all right, but yeah, not a great start for him. Target, like I mentioned already, I expected something there, and it was kind of to give me that Martinez cover to kind of like dampen down that risk. Went with Luke Shaw, the highest owned player I think in FPL, and great goal by Luke Ayling, and then obviously yellow card in the last 10 minutes, which is really annoying. But yeah, sure. And then obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold is just because it's Trent Alexander-Arnold, really. Then moving into my midfield, I went with captain Salah because Salah against Norwich, pretty much easy option. Bruno as well. Luckily, I had Bruno in there. I wish I captained him, but I'll still take the points. I went with Jota. Now it was between that Tamiskas or Jota. I went with Jota, and it luckily kind of paid off for me. But the only problem I've got now is how many minutes is Jota going to play in game week 2 and 3? But I've kind of got a plan of players I want to get in. Then I went with Harvey Barnes as well. Last season, he really annoyed me because he kept getting points and I never got him. So I thought I'd get him in now. He got 3 points, which isn't great, but it's better than 1 point or 2 points. He signed a new contract, I think, yesterday as well, so maybe that will jump him back up. I know Leicester, I think they've got West Ham next, but after that, I think they've got some fairly decent fixtures. So again, Harvey Barnes might be up for the chop in my team, so I'll see what happens with him. Then front three, I went with Danny Ings. I did have Watkins in my team, but then that injury and Dean Smith saying about Watkins had trained a little bit, but he might not be ready, or he might feature, I think he said. So I changed it. I went with Ings, and luckily, like the last few minutes, Ings got that penalty, so it kind of helped me there. Antonio, I know he missed a penalty, but he got an assist and a goal or something as well, so it's not too bad. Went with Tony as well.
Traitor.
It wasn't just because he had Arsenal. I don't know why, but my theme was never to touch like a newly promoted striker. Like leave them a few weeks to kind of bed in. But I went with Tony, and he put in a man of the match performance against Arsenal, but he didn't get any FPL points. So I think what I'll do is they've got Palace next, so I'll give him 1 or 2 more weeks, and then he's gone for me, really.
I don't think he was man of the match in that game. I think his partner was the man of the match in that game for me.
Yeah, I don't know why he won. Yeah, I mean, like the what is it? The
even the
League
Liverpool
game.
defender, former Liverpool defender, what's his name? Who scored against us? That guy could have been given the man of the match.
Canelo, is it, or something like that?
Wait, I'm just checking his name up. He scored against us. He had a brilliant performance as well. Canos,
that's
Canos.
it.
Yeah, he had a better performance than Tony. I didn't understand why was he even given the man of the match. I mean, for what reason?
Yeah.
1 second? Let me just see. What did FPL think? How many bonus points did they give Tony? Oh yeah, they won't. Sorry, they won't give him anything because he didn't get any. Okay, so Canos got 3, Pinnock got 2, and Raya got 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at, really. My bench is really weak. I think because I kept getting annoyed last season when I had a really good bench, and then I got loads of points on the bench. But that'll all change come the wild cards. And then I put Foster on the bench as well, just because it's Foster. But other than that, I've got kind of transfers planned that I'm going to bring in, and looking at Chelsea players, Leeds potentially as well with their fixtures coming up, and then ready for that triple up of Man United as well, when they've got, I think, like 10 fixtures in a row where they're all green. So maybe I'll look at, I don't know, maybe a Sancho or maybe a Greenwood. Greenwood was always one player I wanted to get in as well, and he did score at the weekend, but I kind of had Jota instead of Greenwood as well, so it kind of balanced itself out in the end. But yeah, 96 points to start with. It's not the greatest from, I think you've seen in your league, you've got people 120
14.
points. Yeah, something. Yeah, so, but it's still, like always, it's only 1 game week anyway, so there's still plenty of time to catch up to people.
Yeah, but the problem with these guys is these guys don't slip up. That is the main issue. If you have seen last season what happens with these guys. These guys don't tend to slip up that much.
Yeah, last season on your league, I think I was sitting in second or something for a while, and then I had like 1 bad game week, and then after that I got stuck in, I think, like 8th place or something like that, and I never moved, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that is what I'm trying to say. These guys are like once they get stuck at a place in the league, like they will start taking the advantage. Let's see what happens. Because see, more or less, what happens is they have all the players. Like they have the Ben Ramas, the Bruno Fernandes, the Salas. So the thing is, now other people will try to make their team around the similar kind of players that they have. So eventually, they don't need to do much. All they need to do is just make their maybe one odd substitute, and if they mess that up, then they fall down. Like
Yeah.
I'll show you the team once again. Just hold on. I'll show you the guy who's leading right now his current team. You'll see he has like all those players. He unless someone gets a red card, like the differentials will be very minimal, and so that is why I try to get the first game week team right. But then I went against the Bruno option, and that is where it has cost me 20 points in game week one. Some places even people gotten 40 points out of it, like, and I got 2 for it. So 1 second, yeah. So see, he has Sanchez, which is like a common keeper now.
Hmm.
Digne is maybe okay, kind of different. Not everyone will have him. Trent, Luke Shaw, Timiskas.
Yeah,
So those
that's
are the guys
mhm.
everyone probably has.
Yeah, exactly.
Fernandez, Fernandez, Ben Rama, Greenwood for Jota, either ways, and Salah. Midfield done, Ings and Antonio. So the other options that he has that are probably Ben White, Ivan Toney, like you have, and Brownhill.
Yeah, that's pretty much it's exact like a template, like the one you saw on Twitter all the time. It's exactly like a template Twitter team. Yeah, that's a great team. That's a great team. Obviously, Bruno's jumped up 0.1. Ben Rama's jumped up. Antonio, I think's jumped up as well. Tomiskas, I don't know. I think he might play 2 more game weeks and he's gone as well. But for 4.1 million now, yeah, he'll be fine. This guy's got a perfect team now.
Yeah, so the only changes will come in when maybe there is an international break, some injuries, and or maybe like again, as I said, COVID happening around, and maybe when he has to replace the likes of Temis. His name is, I don't know what is, how do you pronounce it? Is it Temiskas or is it, it's
I don't know.
T
I just I just say Tomiskas. Just I don't
no,
think anyone knows really.
it's Timikas, because I think
What's his
that S is silent.
What's his
If I'm not
first
wrong,
name? Should just call him by his first name. Oh no, okay, maybe not. That's a bit too long.
Constantinos,
Just call him Con or something.
Con, the con artist.
Yeah, that's what he seems to be. £4 million, 4 million defender. Sorry.
But how long? I don't think Robertson is out for like a lot of time. Big up Miss Melina as well. Robertson is out just temporarily. So I think he'll be back in a game week or two.
Yeah, he's back. He's back running, but I still. He's definitely out for the Burnley game. But then when's the international break? Is that 2 or 3 weeks or something? I'm sure
Let
there's
me
an
just.
international break coming up, but
There is
I think
always a break. Used to be in August, but I get the feeling this time it may be in September.
yeah, that's the thing with that as well. I don't know where players are going to be traveling, if they've got to quarantine or if they're going to red zone. There's
Match day 2
lots
is
of tricky
tomorrow.
stuff.
Match day 3 is in on 23rd August, 28th August, sorry. So that is also not international break. And then 11th September. Yeah, I think after that. So after match day 3, there is an international break.
So he's got what? Burnley and Chelsea. Ooh, I don't really see him doing too well against Chelsea.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll try getting Robertson back for game week 3, game week. Yeah.
Yeah, so he has one more game probably.
Yeah, I'd definitely say he's got the Burnley game for sure.
Yeah, so at the end, maybe that is where the difference comes in when they have to replace him, but they don't. The thing will be, I don't think this guy must have used a substitute this game week. He must have stuck to the same team, because what he'll have to do is when he has to replace whatever the con man, he has to make 2 substitutes because he's at 4.1, and if he sells him, I don't think he can directly replace him with a player who plays, or he has to get in a defender who will not play then.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
it'll
think
be.
he'll have to probably like wait for a week. Then he will have to replace maybe a midfielder and a defender together, or get in a defender who's not playing at all, and like that player is redundant then.
Yeah, there's a lot of other Yeah, there's a lot of other £4 million playing defenders as well they could bring in.
Yeah, like Crystal Palace defenders, Kelly is there.
Yeah, there's
But then
Brandon
again,
Williams as well. That's going to go to Norwich potentially. That Hoover as well from Wolves.
but are those guys going to be playing? That is the main concern.
Yeah, I'd just play a 3-5-2 if possible, or 3-4-3.
Yeah, so
They're the
as I was
best
saying,
ones.
I think then that defender kind of like becomes redundant. He'll take in a Kelly maybe because right now the if you look at his bench is also a problem. Okay, maybe Ben White can be replaced. Ivan Toney, he has a cheap striker. Brownhill, I don't know what's the price of Brownhill.
That's probably the same, like 4.5 or something. Is it 4.5? Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah. So okay, maybe Brownhill still can get him some money and get him a player in. But again, I think that is when the problems start coming in because right now, the con man is there in his team, but eventually when he is like out of the team, then he has to get his changes in. So that will be the time. And look at his goalkeeper as well. He has Steele.
Yeah, just double up on
Remi-
Brighton.
yeah, reminded me of that movie. Only the real Steele.
Oh, that's Hugh Jackman, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that film actually. It's really good.
I had that game like on was it on I think that was on phone. Yeah, the real steel game where you have to unlock like fight and unlock and like get Zeus and all those characters.
Oh, I
So that
don't
was a decent mobile game. But then
don't think
again,
I've heard of
mobile
that.
games are like it's difficult. Remember Fortnite?
Oh
it
yeah,
takes
yeah. That's
it
so
takes me
funny.
forever to turn on that mobile device.
Yeah, we were all dead by the time you'd like loaded in. It's so funny.
I couldn't do any. No, that was on the PC. I used to go halfway into the ground, and by the time I would like really come in, and you guys were already gone, and I was lagging as well. So yeah, that was bad. That is why I was probably considering the PS5, but then I guess good thing that I didn't get it because no one is gaming anymore. Like John is a big man now. He's the store master, and he's all busy working now.
Yeah, I just catch him occasionally in chats and stuff. But yeah,
He
no,
must
yeah,
He must be probably active on Discord, maybe. I don't know.
yeah. I've dropped. Normally, when like games are playing and stuff, he drops me some messages, just saying like, "Oh, Salah scored" or whatever, something like that. But yeah,
Yeah, I dropped him a text. Are you playing the paid league again? So I didn't get a response on Twitter. So I don't know. Maybe I think maybe he'll be more active on Discord, but I don't use Discord that much. But anyway, so what game week do you think you'll be using your wildcard this time, approximately?
I think 7.
Game
I've
week
not
7.
looked into it. I've only gone up to like game week 3 or game week 4 to be honest with you. But I think 7 is where I'm pretty sure Chelsea's fixtures get easy. I'm going to wait and see how Leeds do next game, and then I need to decide who that third Man United player is going to be for the Man United triple up for those games. Because I don't really want to get another defender in. It'd be a midfielder, but then you got Cavani and Martial. How many minutes are they going to play? Then you got Greenwood. I know he's really good, Greenwood, but is Sancho going to come in? How many minutes are they going to get? Yeah, I've got to try and figure that out really. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think Sancho will feature before the international break because he'll be probably going for that international break as well. Or maybe he might get a game before the international break and then Greenwood might feature after it. Like he may be given a rest for a game or two or something like that. Kind of confusing. That is the thing. But I don't know why they got in Sancho, that's great. But which player will they bench now? Greenwood? That is
Yeah,
another thing.
yeah. It's good for Man United really to have such good players to kind of be stuck with.
Yeah, and that Paul Pogba 4 assists was crazy.
Yeah, that was actually mad. I think wasn't that like the most? That's more assists than he got last season, isn't it? I think he got
I
3
didn't check the
assists last
numbers.
season, and then he got 4 assists in one game. But yeah, the only thing is, I saw a lot of memes on Twitter as well, but it reminded me of Willian. in the first game against Fulham where he got 3 assists or whatever, and then we were all like, "Oh my god, this is so good." And then obviously he's done absolutely. I think he got one more assist in the rest of the whole season.
You should probably clip that and put on your channel. Paul Pogba, aka Willian, is back. If he
Yeah,
actually fails from here on till the end of the season and barely does anything, you can say that I said so. I already said so after game
yeah,
week 1.
I'll have to remember that, but I don't know. I don't see Pogba doing that. I see Pogba at least cracking on a little bit. I'm pretty sure Willian. I'm sure. What was the score in that game? Was it 4-1? We beat Fulham.
Uh, no, it was 3-0.
3-0.
He got all 3 assists.
Oh, okay. How? Who did Willian score against?
He
Was it like
scored
West
that free
Brom?
kick. He scored free kick
It was
yeah.
it was against like a Leicester side, I'm sure. So just check now. He got 5 assists, 3 of them in that game. I'm pretty sure he got 1 against Wolves as well. I think Gabriel scored. I'm sure it was a header. But
Could
other
be.
than that, I don't know. But I remember loads of people added Willian into the FPL team as well straight after that game. So funny. Like whenever a player does well, like Pogba, for example, as soon as he got those assists, you just saw everyone was transferring him in, expecting to do the same every week. But
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think people have enough money to get in Pogba's and like too many players, because as we discussed, that monetary issue, that is a major problem. These guys have destroyed FPL in a way by inflating all the player prices but not increasing the budget, the overall budget. Their overall budget is still 100 million, which makes no sense. They are just reducing the chance of people like taking in other players, other big name players.
yeah, I've just seen it was against West Brom, like I think the third to last game of the season. Willian scored that free kick in the 90th minute.
Yeah, and the other problem was he wasn't even taking free kicks before. Uh, this guy Danny Ceballos was taking the free kicks.
Tani Ceballos.
Yeah, so that was another problem. So that is why it was a bit messed up in that sense as well. And at the end, that was the game where we saw him take that free kick, and it was like, okay, he could have done this a lot more if he was taking free kicks before. But at the end of the day, he wasn't, and he never fit in properly in the Arsenal team. And this Inter Miami thing also messed it up. He would have quietly gone. Arsenal would have made some profit from his deal, and everyone would have been happy.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember? Wasn't it like 3 or 4 seasons ago when Barcelona bid, was it 90 million or 70 or 90 million for Willian?
Yeah, I think it was before the World Cup.
Yeah, and they decided to not sell him.
Yeah,
But
Chelsea
just
didn't
imagine
sell
if
him.
Barca got him. It'd been such a mess. I mean, might have done well over there. I don't know, but
It was before the World Cup they made the bid. He played the World Cup. He looked decently good, and then they didn't sell him. So
that's crazy. Though. Like,
if
If you
Inter
put in that
Miami
price
didn't have
for
that, they didn't have that. You can say their budget reduced. They would have taken Willian without a doubt. It would have helped. It would have helped their brand in South America. And they have money. They have money, but their budget got slashed because of that Matudi deal, where they did some fraudulent activities. A lot of their people, some of their people were suspended. A lot of them were fined. So that was the mess up there. The deal didn't go through eventually, and we got stuck with Willian, who's COVID positive now.
yeah, I've seen they're still trying to get him sold, but I don't think no one's going to take him.
Yeah, I think it's time for him to go home.
Yeah, go join Diego Costa at that Atletico Mineiro, whatever it is.
Yeah, David Luiz was a decent shout who could have probably been kept for one more season, and Rob Holding sold, but eventually, anyways, whatever it is, it is. I have seen so many Arsenal fans get pissed over Granit Xhaka's 1-year extension, which they just triggered a clause in his contract because they couldn't sell him for the right value. So there is a clause in this contract where it can be extended twice by 1 year, by one season. So they extended it by 1 season, and so many people are pissed that they extended it and didn't sell a player that is evaluated by the club at 20 odd million for 10 million.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think the club knows, like, as soon as they announce the deal, it's Twitter, etc., is just going to explode. But he's not. Some of the performances he put in, though, he's not done too bad. Like, I know.
Yeah, and the thing
Yeah,
is next year there is the World Cup as well. So if he has a good World Cup, again his price value will be retained.
yeah. If he plays like he did against France, then he'll definitely be on people's radars. But yeah, he's done, like, ever since he did that situation with against Palace. I think he kind of stepped up, worked his way back into the team, and did all right. I know he dropped a couple of stinkers, like the one against Burnley, etc. But I don't think there's any player in the team really that hasn't made a big mistake. But yeah, like the defenders thing, like you said, yeah, David Luiz probably would have stayed for another year. And then, yeah, Rob Holding, we bought him for $1 million, so it still would have been a huge profit. Probably sell him for, I don't know, 15 plus.
Did we get him for $1 million? I thought it was like around 8 or 10 million.
Oh no, I'm sure it was $1 million from
Bolton.
Bolton. Yeah, just double check that. I'm sure it was. I think Arsene Wenger said, like, I'm sorry, it doesn't cost 50 million or something like that.
£2 million.
2 million. Okay. Yeah, that's still.
Yeah, at the end of the day, anyways, whatever it is, I just hope that if you go to the stadium, Granit Xhaka doesn't give you a Granit Xhaka scarf, and then we have to see that after the Ozil one.
Oh, imagine I did that. That'd be funny.
but you didn't do any streams for the Ozil one, Ozil's departure.
No, I didn't. No, I think I was gonna make like a montage video, but I just left it as it is. I've still got the scarf. But I was thinking of binning it, but I'm gonna keep it just because it annoys people. So
you can probably get rid of it once Kolasinac is also gone. There
yeah,
is still some part of Ozil in the club so far.
Yeah, we got Mustafi out of it, and now it's just Kolasinac, really. I still don't know what's happening with him.
He wants to.
Insane.
Yeah, he was trying to terminate his own contract.
I don't know who's going to take him though.
Fenerbahce.
Yeah, it's probably Ozil. He's just saying, like, "Oh, I'll get you some more Twitter followers. I'll sell you some more shirts if you sign Kolasinac or something."
No, he'll be probably like, I need a bodyguard here.
Yeah.
So I'm anyways getting injured all the time. So get him in the team. He'll take some of the knocks for me.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably say. I'll probably say, like, I'll protect the chairman and the owner and stuff.
He scored his first goal, I saw a couple of days ago.
Yeah, he's not done too well. I think he's only got a few assists.
Yeah, but
over there.
Wasn't that the whole point of having him? Like, that is what he used to do. He used to pass the ball away even if he was like right in front of the goal and just pass it to the next guy.
Yeah.
He was the most frustrating player anyone could have in FPL if they ever took him.
Yeah. Over the last few years, they definitely wouldn't have him. You get like 1 point from like one appearance.
Yeah, but even like people who must be playing like around FPL from the last 10 years, 5 points for the taking, he'll pass it and 3 points.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, let's wrap it up. It's almost 1.5 hours now. Which streams are you doing and where can people find you? Just mention that so that if anyone checks the video out, they can definitely check out your channel and subscribe as well.
Okay, cheers in session. Yeah, it's just YT Simpy, or if you just type Simpy in to YouTube, you'll see. I just do FPL videos, so do two a week. One is basically the game week lock-in stream where I basically confirm my team for the week and then chat to people in the chat basically and answer any questions or anything. And then I do one a few days later, really, when the game week's over, just reviewing my score, the people in the chat score, and then see where we are in the league, etc. But yeah, I've got one tomorrow at 4:40 UK time where I'm doing the lock-in stream, which is a day early just because I'm busy on the Saturday. So, but yeah, cheers Nitesh and thanks everyone.
Yeah, so the first stream that you mentioned is the happy stream, because at that point of time you're just making the changes, even though kind of tense but happy. And the second one, if you score like 100 points or so, it will be a happy stream. Otherwise, it will be a frustrating one.
Yeah, exactly. Like last week. It was like, oh, I was going to go for this guy, but I went for this guy, and then ended up screwing me over. But yeah, hopefully it'll be happy. But yeah, we'll crack on and try and work my way up in the leagues and overall ranking.
Yes, and I think last season you topped, I think 3 game weeks, if I'm not wrong. I can quickly check that as well.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think I got. Yeah, I think I did some well in your league, but I'm trying to beat last. I want to beat last year's rank, but thing is as well, when the 2 seasons ago when I finished 25k, I wasn't watching any YouTubers like do FPL and stuff or Twitter. And then last season I started watching some videos and stuff, and then my rank dropped. So now I've started doing a lot of videos and watching people. I'm hoping it doesn't drop again. But yeah, I'd like to get under 50k again for 3 years in a row. That would be quite good.
So,
That's
what
the
was your
aim.
ranking last season?
Last year was 40k.
Okay, so from like it was 25 before, and you went to
Yeah,
40.
25 to 40. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not able to find those details right now, but I think you won at least maybe a couple of game weeks, and I don't remember the third one was a month or a game week. I'll have to check that as well. But thank you so much for coming on, and like we have covered more or less everything, including cover like if someone is planning to use a wild card, and what kind of change they can make, including the issue with money related to FPL and the inflation that is a pain for every FPL player. So, Simpy also gave certain points about the international break that is coming, and probably if someone is looking to play an early wild card, that could be the time around the international break with possible injuries and the COVID situation, and like all the you have seen what is happening with respect to players testing positive and then the quarantine and all those things. So if anyone is looking to use the wild card around that point of time, definitely after the international break is a decent shout as well. And who the hell is this? Big up to CC, and thank you guys. And yeah, we also gave the Liverpool defender Timascus or whatever, the con man, his new name. So hopefully that name trend continues on Simpy's stream tomorrow, and you can check out his channel as well. And Oxlade Chamberlain better than Mo Salah in FPL. I had said Oxlade Chamberlain was in better form than Mo Salah at that point of time. So this guy must be either it must be Fred or someone else. But I don't think Fred is a kid. So this guy must be someone else who must have seen our videos. But anyways, big up to you guys in the chat as well, and hope to see you on Simpy's stream as well. And this always happens when we're about to wrap up a video. Suddenly the number of users jump up. Okay, it's kind of going down now. Yep. So big up to all you guys. You can check out the code for the free league. If anyone wants to join the free league, it's in the description. You can follow us on Twitter. We are almost at 4,500 followers as well. Just today, the website got listed on Google News. So if you have that Google app as well, which comes in the play, which is the prerequisite for any Android phone. I don't know whether it is. I don't think it's on an Apple phone. It's on an Android phone. So the articles are being listed when you open that. There is an article that I just saw in the listing, which was about the Usmanov having more money than Roman, and John Henry, but Roman and Usmanov are like very close, so they keep fluctuating between the rankings. And Simply just put an update: Van Bissaka has been charged with driving his Lamborghini while disqualified and without insurance. So maximum penalty is 6 months in prison, but also
Yeah.
can be. So he's going to that community order. He's getting that
Yeah.
community order.
There's no way he'll be in prison. They'll just pay a lot of money and be out of it, really. But yeah, it just came through. Just imagine he was in prison for 6 months.
Yeah, that would that should have probably happened with Harry Maguire. But
yeah, Harry Maguire could have been as well.
Yeah, every season, one Manchester United fan has to be linked with prison. Whether they're linked with another club or not, they're linked with prison definitely.
Yeah, there was David De Gea's car as well. I think got towed because he didn't pay tax or something, car tax. So he had to go pick that up. Yeah, there's loads of problems going on. That's just rich people problems.
Yep. Probably CC will have some problems as well.
Yeah, true.
And he's saying, "I love your life. I love your name." But big up to all the guys in the chat as well. Miss Melina, Simpy, yourself, CC, Ankit, Bhargav as well, Ryan in the chat as well. Big up to all you guys. I hope to see you soon. I mean, I hope to do more videos soon so I can see you soon. And be home, be safe, enjoy yourself with the football back, and take care of your health. So I'll see you guys soon. And big up to Simpy once again.
See ya. Cheers.